Coke, by the way, from a glass bottle. I ignore advertising, but it is better, so much tastier. So what I want to talk about today is pricing. So if you're a customer, there's two options that I can give you. Fixed price, which for me is definitely 100% the preferred method, and day rate or hourly if it's really small. Now if it's small handyman jobs where you've given out like a little to-do list, I'll put that blind up, redo that silicone, blah blah blah, little bits and bobs, there is no incentive for me to come and visit, write up a fixed price, calculate all the materials down to the penny, because to be honest, doing that process would probably take me longer than actually doing the job. So all those little jobs, I just say, right, handyman service, give me the list of things in advance so I can check I've got the materials and everything I need, I'm prepared, I'll arrive. It's double rate for the first hour. After that it's hourly rate, charged by 15 minutes at a time, rounded up, and I'll crack on and do it as fast as I can. That to me is the best way to go ahead with a little to-do list. Any materials I provide that I've got in the van, that sort of thing, stock, or that I've gone to get for you, I mark up 25%. Then you've got the next option up from that, day rate. Day rate would be a bigger job which is going to last multiple days. I don't normally work day rate. If it's for a builder or someone that wants like a labourer or something like that, they just want come and help me for a number of days, that's fine. For a customer, I would say it's applicable when the customer and me both trust each other. They can see that I've worked for them, I'm going to work efficiently, and they trust that I'm not going to slack off and go slow on purpose. I wouldn't do that. I don't do that. That's, you know, one of my 3 pillars of upcycle interiors is I'm trustworthy. So day rate would be if I'm struggling, really struggling to calculate how long the job's going to take. That might be, I haven't done that type of job very often, but I know that I'm capable. I just can't commit to an exact number of days, so I can't price it properly. Or it might be there's a various number of unknowns that we can't find out until we get into the job. I also do it for trusted like friends and family that I do work for. I don't work for a lot of friends and family because I don't want to spoil that business friends relationship, but friends and family who I do work for, I normally say day rate because there's no profit or anything added on there. It's completely, you just pay for my time. And normally with friends and family, they know me, they know I'm not going to slack off, and actually they want to get a bit involved, and I go, well then day rate is going to be the perfect way because it gives them the option to go and get materials, provide materials, and get involved. And by them getting involved, they save money because it means I spend less time on the job. So that's how it works for day rate. What the important thing I want to mention on day rate is I'm not marking it up for any profit. I'm just paying for my time. So if I finish a job and then you want to call me back to do something else or change something or any extras, or you go, oh, you've missed some paint or whatever, you're paying for my time, so any callbacks, that sort of thing would be paid for because you're just paying time. You've got the option to provide materials, but you would need to have them all delivered on site, you know, ready for me to start when I get there. And that involves calculating all the quantities, getting all the right stuff for the prep. Now the issue here where there's a grey line, I can't spend my time to visit, measure up, calculate the quantities, go away, find out where's the cheapest price or the best quality materials or whatever it is, where I'm going to get those materials, collect the materials for you, deliver them to site with my van that costs money. I can't do all that if I'm not getting paid. And if you say, oh, you get the materials and we'll pay direct to your supplier, doesn't work for me, because why have I done all this running around and you're shopping essentially? Like, you wouldn't ask me to go and do your Asda shop, so why am I getting humping and dumping, you know, bags of sand or sheets of plywood or big bags of adhesive, you know, 5 bags of adhesive at 25 kilos each? Why am I doing all that? Like, where's the incentive for me to do that for you? That's why I mark up materials that I provide 25%, and I think that's a fair rate. It doesn't, 25% on 100 quid, you know, if I've gone and got, you know, 5 bags of adhesive, that's 100 quid, and then I've added on 25 quid for my time to get it. Probably my time to work out where I'm getting it from, go and pick it up, put it in the van and deliver it to site. It's probably taken an hour. So if I've added on 25 quid, it's kind of, for me, that's fair deal. It works for me, it works for you. You're paying for my service to do that. Perfectly happy if you want to go and get all those things. But what it comes down to is you would then be saying to me, oh, how many bags do I need? And I'll go, well, then I need to spend time to come and measure up and calculate those quantities. So that's unpaid for me. You know, you're going to need to take responsibility for calculating the quantities and getting it to site ready for me to start. My experience, I've worked in, let's say, tiled floor. I've worked in the stone industry for almost 10 years. So my experience and what I've learned there over those 10 years is valuable to me, and it helps me to calculate quantities or cutting lists of stone or material like tiles or quantities of adhesive or primer, prep, floor leveling, deep mat, whatever it is. So that's the experience I've got. If you wanted to get those materials, then you're going to have to work that out. You know, for example, tiles, add 10%, because when you've got cuts and stuff, you'll have a bit of wastage, so you add 10% to the quantity. If I'm working on your job and I'm there every day for a number of days, weeks, whatever it is, and I'm perfectly happy that you ask me these questions while I'm on the job, because while I'm on the job, like doing the prep work, you say how many bags of adhesive, and I go, right, I'm here today and I need 5 bags or whatever it is. That's because I'm getting paid to be there. But if it's before a job started, and I'm asked all these questions and still in the quotation phase where no deposits have been exchanged, I'm not actually contracted on the job yet, and then there's a lot of detailed questions. I like detailed questions, but the job needs to be going ahead. So I need to have a deposit, I need to know I'm on the job, or we need to agree that you're going to pay for these services like admin services at my hourly rate. Again, that's in my kind of like hourly or day rate contract, and that for me then that works really well. Or if I'm already on your job, I can help you out, work everything out, measure it all up and go, this is what we need, X, Y, Z, and here's the exact place to go and get it. Because I'm already on the job, I'm already being paid, I'm already there on site, I'm being paid by you for that day. Just thought I would like to go into a bit of detail on that. It's not me being awkward, it's not me hiding or keeping back information for myself. It's me basically saying, I can do this for you as a service, but it is a service that takes experience and time that does need paying for. And if you're not willing to pay for it, then you organise it yourself and I'll just arrive when it's ready. And I think that's a very fair deal. The third option, obviously we've gone through hourly, gone through day rate. The third option, the best option, fixed price. So fixed price would be, I'm in complete control of the job, I'm taking complete contractual responsibility for the job. Any callbacks, any problems, I'm there. I've worked out all the quantities, I've got all the materials in my own time. However I need to do that, I organise it, I am my own boss, and you pay for a service and a product at the end of the day, which is, for example, a painted room, a handmade desk, or a tiled floor. And how I spend my time and the number of hours it takes and what materials are none of your concern as the customer. You just don't get involved, you just pay when it's done and you're happy with it. To me, that's the best way, that's the best relationship that a builder and a customer can have. They're paying you, the expert, to do something for them, and they leave you to it and you get on and do it. The more a customer wants to be involved, I'm happy with that, but they'll need to spend more time, they need to be involved in coordinating, project management, getting materials, all that sort of stuff, and that does take time. If you just want to save money and you don't want to spend any time, that's where it doesn't work. It comes back to my previous videos about the triangle, time, quality, money. And that's all I would leave this on, is think about those 3 that you need, time, quality, money, and decide which 2 are the most important. Everyone wants all 3, it's always impossible. That's what I'd leave it on.